Hello everybody, welcome to my channel Math Me Please, and in this video I'm going to continue over my discussion with false games. Now you can watch my previous two videos if you haven't watched already. I have discussed there the introduction. I've given introduction to what exactly is false game. I'm going to repeat it now in this video as well, and I have discussed two problems already. Those problems are very interesting. Now in this video I will be discussing two more problems, and these problems will be a little difficult than the previous ones. So let me just brush you with the definition of false games. False games are games that are not exactly games but rather a joke of some kind. Now we can actually predict who is going to win in this game even before the game proceeds. Now the winning solution doesn't depend on the strategy of the game or how the game proceeds. It usually is just a logical proof based on the rules of the game. Now the games are usually very simple. It always starts with two players A and B, and they make moves alternatively, and no player can decline to make a move, and at the end of the game we have a winner. And the speciality of these type of games is that we can predict the winner even before the game starts just by looking at the rules of the games. So let's see. So let us solve a first problem. Now the problem one is two players, let's say A and B. Two players A and B make moves placing rooks or castles, which you call it in a chessboard. Rooks are some small, it's the name of a chess piece. So they place rooks on a chessboard so that they cannot capture each other. The loser is the player who cannot place a castle, who will win. So we have a chessboard here. So we know that chessboard is an 8 into 8 square piece of board, and each player A and B make moves placing rooks in any of the squares, but the second player has to place a rook in such a fashion that it is not getting captured by the rook placed by the previous players. Okay, so how we are going to solve this problem? Now as I've told you, you don't actually have to work out through this problem. You just have to look into the rules of the problem and try to build up a logical connection between the rules and come up with a solution and predict who is going to win the game. So if you try to work out the problem, it can get very difficult in the middle and you will just get messed up and you cannot get any real solution from it. So what we will do here is we will look at the conditions here first. So in a chessboard there are 8 rows and 8 columns. Now whenever we are placing a single rook, now a rook has the ability to capture the entire row as well as the entire column in which it is placed. For example, if a rook is placed in this square, it has the ability to capture this entire row as well as this entire column. So one single rook has the ability to capture one row and one column. So let us say that our player A starts first, and player A puts a rook on the chessboard. Now at each move the number of rows and number of columns decreases by 1. So we can say that at each move number of rows and columns decreases by 1. So and we know that in a chessboard there are 8 rows and 8 columns, so there must have been 8 moves in total, and the last move must have been the winning move, and the last move must have been the winning moves. So it is very simple to understand that the second player is going to win the game, because the last move, that is the 8th move, is an even numbered move, and the second player is making all the even numbered moves and the first player is making all the odd numbered moves. So it is clear from the game that A is going to lose the game and B is going to win the game no matter how the play proceeds. So this is an example of a